was Mr. Deepak Thimaya always inclined towards joining the Congress? Or Congress does have a lot of flaws, sir, if you look at...
Which party doesn't?
Sir, if today, like today, in September 2025, if the elections are held, will Congress win? Because I don't think so.
In Hindu Dharma, nobody has the right over the religion or Dharma. Dharma is superior to religion because, it is so big that even gods are subservient to Dharma. So I don't know how BJP feels that it's superior to Dharma. It's the custodian of Dharma. No.
Mr. DK Shivakumar, who's talking about the tunnel road, who's talking about the sky deck, who's talking about the AI city, doesn't seem bothered about the fundamental problems of the city.
He has never said that he is not going to look at the roads and the footpaths and things like that. Do you know if you have to block an important road in Bangalore for about even 10 days to repair it perfectly, how much hardship you'll have to cause other people? There are these negative thinkers.
These are not negative, sir. These are well-researched papers.
No, they are big. They can imagine public behavior. They can imagine, how Bangalore's tunnel roads will be. They can expect, how people will function with tunnel roads. These are people who have always failed. People who stopped the steel bridge. People who stopped any important thing from happening. People who took the metro overground. Because, then this would happen, that would happen. Why spend so much money? Why do this?
Yes.
You got it? There are always people who have these scientific reasons to basically block anything and everything. They are habitual hurdle creators. They don't want anything to happen because if something happens, they'll never have anything to speak about.
Okay. So you're categorizing them?
Yes. See, they could keep on howling, rattling and, scratching themselves with that eternal itch.
Sir, the previous interview, I think, or previous conversation on record we've had was before you joined the party. And there has been a question that most people have been asking as to, was Mr. Deepak Thimaya always inclined towards joining the Congress, or was it an impromptu decision or done under some coercion, or how was it?
If at all you remember the things that were spoken in that interview of mine, I was speaking things that were very closely aligned with the ideals of Congress.
Right.
What are Congress's ideals? Equality, fraternity, liberty.
Are you being inclined towards the party? Because, I have some questions coming towards you that might not be in terms of
in the sense?
Congress does have a lot of flaws, sir, if you look at...
Which party doesn't?
I mean, this is not a competition, if you can say, because if every party is trying to prove which is better and why people should choose it over another.
But you can't have a perfect party. Nowhere in the world you've had the most perfect party. And then it's not a human party. It could be, designed by an AI.
Right.
Or perhaps like robots or maybe a machine, congregation or something like that. If it's human beings, it always would tend to be imperfect. Congress has had a lot of, not ups and downs, but these vicissitudes. It's very surprising, like how Congress has always had problems with its own, members.
Right.
Extremists, liberals, moderates.
What category do you fall under?
I must be a centrist, perhaps.
That sounds very, what do you say, sir? Unsupportive of any kind of people if you say you're a centrist.
No, centrist is somebody who actually brings all people together.
Okay.
You got it?
So you're not a left-inclined person?
See, what is left? Many people don't understand that at all.
As simple
fundamentally.
Equal distribution of wealth can be...
No, it started with the French idea of the working class. And the people who did not believe in fiction were on the left side of the throne, and the people who believed in God, in religion, and hierarchy, and royalty, and things like that were on the right side.
Right.
So the right and the left. So if you're a common man, you have to be left.
Right.
There's no option but to be left. How can you be a common man and be a priest or be a king?
Common man can be a right inclined person also.
No, but only you could support. But you can't be that.
You can't practice that.
You can't be that.
Right.
You can't believe in your royalty, what do you say, genealogical superiority, or, right assumed because of your birth, and things like that.
Right.
Here you have to fend for yourself. So, I believe that the common man is naturally left. He has been hoodwinked into believing that he can be right, because the right wants the support of the common man. Oh, the idea of karma, the idea of God, the idea of, which is not anathema to the idea of being a common man. You can be a common man and still believe in God. But if God is used as an instrument to subjugate you, to stop your social, spiritual and psychological growth,
right,
then there is a problem.
That is very much aligned to what is happening today with the Dasara situation.
See, first of all, if people did not want the government to be involved,
right,
they should have protested against the government even becoming part of the Dasara celebrations. That means
True.
You're not even supposed to take the money.
Correct.
Take facilities, get the government to organize.
Yes, true. This is a major point, yes.
And do everything for you, and then say that no, it is a private function.
So you were saying, sir, if it has to be.
So, see, we used to have the king sitting on the howdah. In fact, the Congress ideology and the Congress government put the God in place of a human being there.
Correct, yes.
That means it elevated the public procession to a divine procession.
Correct, yes.
Not that, the Congress wanted to put some stone or, a log or something.
True.
In fact, it made it representative of the people's sentiments. Correct. But today the BJP is speaking like the Congress is doing something like some sort of travesty.
So don't you think their argument makes sense? Because a lot of it has to do with faith. And if a person who does not have faith is inaugurating the festival and is expected to perform something so sacrosanct like a puja, how does that make sense? And why is Congress trying to irk a certain section of people?
But this is not the first time a Muslim has inaugurated.
I agree, I completely agree. Nisar Ahmad and Mr. Hampa Nagrajaya, his Jain, has inaugurated the festival.
So, we are not asking Banu Mushtaq to come and inaugurate the temple or to do the first puja there.
Right.
Or to anoint the idol. Or to lift the idol in place. You got it?
Yes.
There are so many people for centuries who stood outside the temples and have paid obeisance to gods because they were not even allowed to come in.
Okay.
But still God may have received their obeisance or perhaps also may have even rejected it because of their caste. So somebody just showing some aarti or praying is basically up to them. Because in Hindu dharma, nobody has the right over the religion or dharma. Dharma is superior to religion because, it is so big that even gods are subservient to dharma.
Right.
Even gods have to follow dharma.
Right.
So I don't know how BJP feels that it's superior to dharma. It's the custodian of dharma. No. There are umpteen number of stories where it is explicit and clear and absolutely well stated that even if gods don't follow dharma, that they would be punished.
Right.
Even the most superior and the most, prime of these godly entities.
Right.
So who are you to decide? You got it? If a Muslim wants to pray, With them, because we've always believed that in Hindu Dharma, the Dharma belongs to the universe.
Okay.
It doesn't belong to Hindus only.
Okay.
You understand? It belongs to non-believers, it belongs to, what do you say, the earth, sun, moon, stars, Andromeda, whatever, because it is the real dharma.
The core beliefs of
That's because we believe that, that is superior to everything. You understand? Muslims also live in the same world which is controlled by dharma.
Right, right.
Maybe apparently that they worship some other god. You got it?
Yes.
But a true Hindu knows that all this is God's play or dharma's play. Because dharma is superior. Dharayati is dharma. Whatever upholds is dharma. Correct? If Banu Mushtaq comes
Yes.
and she prays and she stands in the temple, if she is not struck by lightning, then perhaps God is okay with it.
Sir, the BJP has also picked up her previous videos from the internet where she's talking about how Kannada language and the deification of the language is so exclusionary in nature. What do you have to say about that?
That is actually extremely funny that people have taken that as an example to deride her. Where she is basically talking about don't deify the language. No language, you don't have English Thai or German mate or even Hindi mate for that matter.
Yeah.
But we've been doing it fine. If you want to see your language as your mother, as goddess, it's fine. But it will also take away the universality of the language.
True, yes.
We want the language to reach more people. We want Muslims to speak. We want Christians to speak. I was just being told by somebody that the first translation of Bhagavad Gita to Kannada was done by a Christian.
Is it? Okay.
I think his name was Garrett or something like that. And the first dictionary of Kannada was written by a Christian, Kittel, Ferdinand Kittel, who was also a priest.
Right.
Christian priest, Catholic. Okay? So all that she was trying to say is that by deifying the language, you are excluding people, and also that you have given a certain anthropomorphical, form to the language, so that will keep people like me outside.
Right.
That's all that she said. That is the opinion of a lot of other Kandikas also. And that is one of the reasons a lot of people who want to like Kannada would rather worship the statue of Bhuvaneshwari and not learn Kannada properly. Who have never tried in their life to even write one page properly, but would rather keep the statue of Bhuvaneshwari and worship it as if that would help Kannada. The actual worship of Bhuvaneshwari would be that you learn Kannada.
Right.
And write Kannada properly. That's the actual worship.
This applies to all Kannadikas in the same way.
All Kannadikas, all people living in Karnataka. Correct?
Yes, sir. I agree. Yes.
So that way you make her the mother. Because the language feeds you. Correct?
Yeah.
The language protects you. The language is the overarching power over you. That's how she becomes Bhuvaneshwari. Not because you worship and then you go towards the language.
So this is all a political play is what you are...
No, I am saying it's a little misguided. What is the purpose of learning Kannada? So that you make the language inevitable in your life and in your society.
Correct.
That way the language becomes Bhuvaneshwari. What is Bhuvaneshwari? The owner of the world. That's the meaning of the word Bhuvaneshwari. Bhuvana is the world. Ishwari is the owner or the overlord. Correct?
Right.
But if you want to bring that to... Has anybody seen Bhuvaneshwari like that? That's an imaginary, depiction.
Yeah, imaginary, metaphorical more of it.
So nobody is saying it is wrong. But that should be after you learn Kannada, after you reach language to every corner of the world. So somebody like Banu Mushtaq, because of a book getting translated to English,
Right.
if her ideas of Kannada, and people ask, what is this Kannada language? It is reaching the world. She is actually doing service to Bhuvaneshwari.
Okay, nobody put it that way, sir. Till today, on record, I don't think anybody put it that way. To perhaps to counter or just to probably tell people that this is what exactly Congress was intending to do, or
No, Congress, whether it had such, what do you say, very, very well thought of, or rather, like well laid out argument for this, it's okay. Maybe the intention was just good.
Yeah.
We should democratize a festival that is already called Nada Habba.
Nada Habba, yes.
The festival of the land. Nobody called the puja of Chamundi as, what do you say, Nada Puja. That would be wrong. You got it? But that's a ritual.
So even the...
Nobody said, start, doing namaz in, what do you say, the temple. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
You are like, that's something that not just should be protested against, but which has to be like perhaps
called out,
eliminated.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But here that is not. We are only talking about how was Dasara festival organized without Chamundeshwari on the Howdah? It was a king sitting. Correct.
Yeah.
It just starts with that. And when it's a Nada Habba, the Nadu belongs to everybody. Why don't we want to say that even Chamundi Hills belong to everybody?
Yes.
That way you should all feel the sense of protection, what do you say, sense of belonging. I want even the Muslims to feel proud of Chamundi Hills, saying that, yes, it's our Chamundi.
So, sir, talking about Kannada and the things that are happening in our city and state, I came across a very funny tweet which said, why wasn't Greater Bengaluru Authority named in Kannada language? Why was there no Kannada used there? So, Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike was Kannada. Why wasn't Kannada utilized? Nobody's talking about it. You don't have to answer that, but you can spare a thought about how people are looking at different things when you talk about Kannada. And that also brings me to my very, very typical question that everybody is asking. Mr. DK Shivakumar, who's talking about the tunnel road, who's talking about the sky deck, who's talking about the AI city, doesn't seem bothered about the fundamental problems of the city. Traffic, potholes, these kind of fundamental problems, not about law and order, very important civic issues. He's talking about very big ideas that might put us on the map, but at what cost?
In a heart operation, if you have a block, you actually do the bypass, correct? And then let the block cleared, or just let it be, because the ideas that he has is basically to find a major alternative to the problem. If the roads have been a problem, if the width of the roads have been a problem, if the footpaths have been like crumbling, by correcting it forever, perhaps, of course it's needed, but perhaps you're just revisiting the problem year after year, because these are the problems that have been resurfacing with or without Mr. DK Shivakumar.
Okay.
It's been happening forever. So for the first time you have somebody who has been looking at lateral solutions.
Okay.
Does it mean that it is wrong to even think of lateral solutions just because there are primary challenges?
No.
He has never said that he is not going to look at the roads and the footpaths and things like that. Do you know, if you have to block an important road in Bangalore for about even 10 days to repair it perfectly, how much hardship you'll have to cause other people? At least they may still traverse the road with difficulty.
Okay.
If when we are building alternatives. then you block the roads and people would literally be up in arms because you know how Bangalore is connected.
Yeah.
There are some roads like they're lifelines.
Yes, yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Aorta.
Yeah, yeah,
You got it.
yeah.
So when he is talking about, see, for example, a very simple thing like the Ragiguda flyover. So now the government is thinking of basically building the metro lines with the facility to carry vehicles too, which is going to really bring down, for example, with one metro, the yellow line, the
yellow line.
the yellow line, there has been already so much reduction in traffic,
I agree, yes.
which basically will help the system to repair. If at all you have stomach problem, you understand, you don't feed, food and see that how the stomach works. Perhaps you will be put on fluid or you will be given intravenous injection.
Right.
So the body still functions for the repair to take place. You can't keep feeding the food and try to repair the stomach.
No, I'll hold you to that, sir, because there has been a report that has said that if you build the tunnel road, just one project that DK Shivakumar says it's pet project or whatever, you build that tunnel road, it will block 18 points, it will choke 18 points across the city.
There are these negative thinkers.
These are not negative, sir. These are well-researched
No,
papers.
they are big. They can imagine public behavior. They can imagine, how Bangalore's tunnel roads will be. They can expect, how people will function with tunnel roads. These are people who have always failed. People who stopped the steel bridge. People who stopped any important thing from happening. People who took the metro overground. Because, then this should happen, that should happen. Why spend so much money? Why do this?
Yes.
You got it? There are always people who have these scientific reasons to basically block anything and everything. They are habitual hurdle creators. They don't want anything to happen because if something happens, they'll never have anything to speak about.
Okay. So you're categorizing them.
Yes. See, they could keep on howling, rattling and, scratching themselves with that eternal itch. But let me tell you, here is one person who is at least thinking of creating a solution. Correct or not? Is Mr. DK Shivakumar planning to use these tunnels for the next 100 years that, like he will drive all alone or take his bike or something like
it's
that?
for the
how
people.
can you even be petty like that? You got it?
Sir,
You just don't want anything to happen to Bangalore. Because if you say, I build a tunnel road, oh, footpath. You say the steel bridge, oh, footpath. If at all, yes, you have to do the footpath, but you should also build alternatives. So that perhaps you can block even sections of the city and then repair.
But sir, you're speaking as a party person, not as a Bangalorean.
Oh, am I not a Bangalorean?
You are a Bangalorean.
I don't travel in
and
Bangalore.
I think you have to speak like
and
a Bangalorean.
I don't face the hardship.
Oh, you do,
Mr.
sir.
DK Shivakumar also in his own convoy also. I've seen many times.
Convoys.
I've also seen his own convoy. Sometimes, get stuck in traffic. He can't just, we are not in some autocracy or whatever where you can bulldoze people and go. If people are there on the road and there is a blockage, like you will have to suffer.
But sir, if
it has happened all over the country.
civic authorities and civic leaders are pointing out that there's a lack of focus of the Congress party, which is ruling a city like Bengaluru, on issues like footpath and traffic, then there must be something.
No, it has never been. You can yourself go around and see that there are a lot of repairs happening.
There are.
There are a lot of improvements happening. And the improvements are actually happening in a proper way. Unlike, what happened with the previous governments.
I agree.
In a hodgepodge manner.
Yes.
Because Mr. DK Shivakumar is also with a business bent of mind and he is also a builder of sorts, not just party and things like that. He believes in construction and doing things well. So he wants to do it in a proper way.
But does Bengaluru need a sky deck right now?
That doesn't mean that, it's like asking a question like, oh, you have difficulty even to have a proper meal. Do you have to go to a movie? Do you have to even buy a nice dress? Did you have to buy some powder to put on your face when you're struggling for paying an EMI?
Sir, I'll tell you.
Because, see, a city is aspirational.
I agree.
You can't just only have roads and footpaths and things like that. You should have some things which also what a city of 1.2 crore people must have.
But sir, I'll just tell you from a very commoners point of view and from a civic point of view, if you can convey this information to the Deputy Chief Minister, that there are certain choke points in Bengaluru.
Well, how do you assume that he doesn't know about it?
I mean, of course.
How do you assume that he has not thought about it? How do you assume that he wants those choke points, people to choke and, like finish themselves off, that he can sit and watch and enjoy saying my God, I'm so glad during my tenure people are suffering. Look at how many people suffered. How can you be so naive?
No, sir. As a citizen, I would be so happy if my Deputy Chief Minister forms a committee to ensure that this.
And no committees till date have been able to solve problems.
Be the first
Bangalore has had committees since Mr. Krishna's time.
Right.
Okay, what? Have they solved all the problems of Bangalore?
Be the first one, sir.
No, there have been committees. Sometimes the committees don't want only to be heard. I'm not being negative, so though I may be speaking all this in a lighter vein, basically to protect our government and the party, but let me tell you, see, all intentions have to be taken in the right spirit. To always brush it off and to laugh at critics is not a good thing at all. You understand? That's not good for the city. Not with the kind of democracy that we are living in, where even Mr. DKS Shivakumar, who is very democratic and who is from a modern world, who wants to be seen as a right-thinking, democratic leader, will never want to, be seen as like completely all of himself. But you can't just be listening to people. Sometimes you'll have to you listen, but you do what you have to do.
No, I don't disagree.
Because there are so many things that you can't do what people want you to do. There are resources, there are political bottlenecks, there are community problems, there are some other legal issues. There are so many things. Even when Mr. DKS Shivakumar promised a lot of things, I'm 100% sure that he was not aware that making things easy in Bangalore was not that easy to begin with.
No, I agree, sir. I'm not saying that there has been no progress. I completely agree that there have been very good things. For example, the Hebbal flyover that was inaugurated. All of these things are going in a good path, but I feel the grassroots are still not being touched upon, and they have to be focused upon more than these aspirational things, because a city like Bengaluru needs these fundamental problems to be solved. But coming to the political point of view, I'll just give you an example. Mr. Rajanna, who spoke about the vote chori aspect and said who was the ruling party when the electors list was released, he gets sacked. The party sacks him. Whereas the Deputy Chief Minister in the Legislative Assembly sings the RSS anthem and gets away with it. How does this
work? Mr. Rajanna made a comment, though I would not like to speak about it, but when he spoke about it, he was directly speaking about the lapse on part of the Congress government.
Yes.
But when Mr. DKS Shivakumar sang that song, he did not say that he supported the song.
I mean,
no, let me tell you. He did not even say that, like it was an RSS song and he liked singing it also.
Sir, it's the fact, it is the RSS song.
It is the RSS song, but a lot of people have heard these songs. I'm sure that at least now, because RSS perhaps is not as active and most of it is underground, that you don't hear these songs. But people like, I grew up in Kodagu, and when I was like going to school, like you hear these songs all the time, and the song was played, people used to sing these songs and it used to be played, and a lot of people must have unconsciously, a lot of Hindi songs, not because you like them, because you've just been repeating, and that happens when you listen to something. Basically the brain works in the way that it repeats it. You got it? And the more times you hear it, the more times it gets repeated, and that's the way you learn.
So it's a very unconscious...
You learn by repetition, unconsciously has learnt it. All that he was trying to say is, you think you don't know, that I know all about you. That's all it was, I tell you. Later on that he used this word about Namma BL Santosh or Namma RSS or whatever. but that is the way of speaking in Kannada. Nama basically, you know, the thing that relates
I agree,
to us,
yes,
that,
yes.
you know, it's like, hamara ye hai na. Like, you know, that's what you say, correct? It doesn't mean, hamara Modi, doesn't mean that you're a big supporter of his. You understand? That's, you know, when you don't get the word, that you normally use that as a filler, which basically means that, you know, look, you know, what we are talking about, kind of a thing.
Yes.
That doesn't in any way mean that, you know, oh, I love this part, you know, like BL Santosh, or I'm like enamored by RSS.
But
or
still,
something
sir,
like
I think you
I'm
know,
telling you,
if-
all that he was trying to say is that, see, even we have done it for an opposition leader by being, you know, by being people who look at equanimity or what do you say, or some kind of sense of justice, and that is why he mentioned BL Santosh. See, I'll tell you, if you want to find fault, there's a nice saying in Kannada, okay, you look for stones in a bowl of curd.
Yes.
You understand? Because there are people who are only good at that. You understand? Because they can't just rest in peace.
Sir,
They have to find faults.
We certainly
You
are not
understand?
here to find
Where
faults,
is DK Shivakumar ever
right.
been an RSS person? He has told that, yes.
There has been so many rumors
Yeah,
just spreading
yeah,
across.
but he can't. There can be rumors about you, about me, about somebody else, or whatever it is. You can't sit and answer all those rumors, because particularly when you're in public life, when you've been in public life for so long, you've forgotten what it is to be an ordinary person. This man has been an MLA throughout his life. Correct? You know, adult life.
Yeah,
You understand? Even if you take it like, you know, from his 28th year or whatever it is. So he doesn't know. So it's natural that, you know, he is grown up like that. He's been a leader. He's been used to speaking to people. And like in this world of social media, like he finds it a little difficult that he has to be careful. You can be caught
So he's himself all the
off
time.
guard. You can be caught on the wrong foot and things like that. That doesn't mean anything.
Right.
See, who is the one who has worked so much towards strengthening the party before the last elections? I'm sure every ordinary worker can say it is DK Shivakumar. I know the kind of work that he put in. I know the way he tried to rejuvenate everything, every cell in Congress party. It doesn't mean that the others have not contributed. The others have blessed. The others have, you know, what do you say, supported. The others have, what do you say, stood by. The others have, like, you know, strengthened. But this man, I know that personally, he would go say, how does his LED work, how wide it should be, how tall it should be, what should be the, you know, pixels to, how the sound should be, to where somebody should stand, to how people should sit, to what should be given to, how the lamp should be, to what flower should be given to, what flower pot has to be brought to.
Is it? Okay.
That's the kind of detailing. You can't brush it aside.
Right.
And if after all that you say, you know, this man is, you know, RSS, BJP and things like that, you're just doing injustice to yourself.
No,
And I'm not sure that, you know, any good congressman can ever say
My
that.
only contention
Of course
was that.
it was, I think if you want to take it as a mistake, I'm sure it was a mistake, because he himself said, you know, he was sorry.
He's justified saying that he's a
Sorry, but
soldier
that's,
of the party.
but you can't, like, you know, keep on talking about, you didn't get anything. So, like they say that, you know, there's a saying in my language, like when you don't like a woman, even when you look at the pleats, nerige, even that also will find that you find as objectionable.
No. So
You
it's just
understand?
accountability.
No,
and,
you have to be holding him accountable for larger things, I tell you. Not about, you know, see, this is how you know, look, this is how you know, wiped your nose, this is how you stood, this is how you wore your clothes. Because I think he has a very big job. Sometimes, see, the thing is that he is a sitting duck for a lot of people. One of the things is that he doesn't react the way like other politicians do. Because he is such a seasoned politician, he's been listening to so much of this criticism that he is beyond it.
Yes.
It doesn't even affect him. So if given a chance, that he won't even bother about it. But like, you know, people find that it's so easy to, like, you know, what do you say, bounce when you want to bounce something, you actually throw it on a hard wall because that's where the action is. You throw something, it gets stuck there. You don't.
It won't make sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that people like talking about him.
So, you told me hold accountable for larger things. I'll ask you about larger things. Vote Chori allegations have been put out by Rahul Gandhi ji. When that thing came out, everybody, those who are unaware, they said, why isn't he going legal? Why isn't he filing a complaint? Blah blah blah. You know how representation of people act work. But at the same time, my question is, what was the constituency Karyakartas in Mahadevpura in central Bangalore doing when they had the voter list? Weren't they aware that there has been a problem like this? Or they were waiting for some PR stunt like this to happen so that it could come out and say, oh my God, we've been wronged by the ruling party. When everything was under your control, you could see that, you had a list, you had people, you could have cross-verified. And I spoke to people in the Congress party. They said that we have already flagged this problem. But the higher-ups and even the authority and the contesting candidate did not seem to care about it. And now we are crying foul. This is such a Congress trait, sir.
I assume that is true to an extent that the Congress local leaders were aware of something like this. And they've also made an effort. But nobody perhaps estimated the gravity of the situation and also the magnitude of the problem. And the government was like, see, they may also say that if that was the case, then why even in the assembly elections, like in the same constituencies, we perhaps, we didn't do well in Madhepura.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
But we also had a lesser margin in Gandhinagar.
Yes.
Where this complaint was very big. And the winning margin was very, very small. And that happened in so many other places. That happened in so many other places also.
Right.
But Congress being Congress, we are democratic. We don't look at negativity. We don't look at, immediately, putting the blame on somebody else. We don't believe that, you'll have to see your own people, state people as doing something wrong or whatever. The process was underway in the sense, the government had just come in and it's just about almost within 8 months that you started preparing for the elections.
Okay.
And the government was also getting a hold on the system. You can't just, change all officers. Some officers may have just come in there. And you can't, just transfer somebody arbitrarily.
True.
So there are processes. By then the election happened, which the Lok Sabha. And Lok Sabha constituencies are bigger. And the campaign also is very, very large. So the concentration got a little deflected. But the results were startling.
Yes.
Particularly with Bangalore Central, where you almost decided that, everybody knew that Mansur Ali Khan would win.
Yeah. I remember reporting.
It is like, people were celebrating.
Yeah, as soon as Mahadevpura opened.
Yeah. So, now you have, incontrovertible proof in Mahadevpura. So does it align with what happened in the election? Yes. So why you didn't do, we would have done it if at all there was a little more time.
Yeah.
So many officers have been changed after that. Even now, there are some people, but you can't go and put them through some, truth serum test or whatever and find out whether they are BJP or Congress or whatever.
No.
Correct.
But there has been a flaw from the party's...
I won't call it a flaw. I think that, we took some time to put this, system in place. We did not understand the magnitude of it. There was a wave in favor of Congress party. So wherever we won, we thought, that was winning. But then we realized even the margins got affected because of this.
Correct.
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 Very, very serious problem in the voter rolls.
But sir, I think what shocked me as a voter from the Bangalore North constituency was how Mr. Rajiv Gowda lost. Because, considering his stature, considering how well educated and well spoken and what a nice guy he is in terms of his achievements, I did not think that Sobar Karanlaje had even a minute edge, but the result was shocking.
No, but see, I'll tell you, people normally don't vote on the basis of intelligence.
I agree.
It doesn't happen so in the US, it doesn't happen so anywhere else in the world also.
So what was the reason?
In most of the cases, see, for example, Angela Merkel, the
Germany.
Chancellor of Germany,
Yes.
one of the most educated people. I was so happy, like people like her, Shinzo Abe, and a lot of these people were some of that time, they were the most educated people.
Right.
They were discredited because of the decisions they took. For example, Angela Merkel bought about 1 million refugees.
Refugees, yes, yes.
You got it?
Yeah.
And also about, she did not understand that, there was a threat by all these AI and the kind of things. That she didn't understand technology because I think she is into some other biotechnology or something like that. I'm not very sure. You got it? During Abe's time, so many things that never happened in China, what do you say, Japan before started happening. So there is no proof that very, very educated, intelligent, smart people normally get elected. That is the quirk of human society.
Right.
Notwithstanding that, the case of Mr. Rajiv Gowda losing, I'm sure a lot of educated people must have felt that he should have been the person. But let me tell you, the entrenched idea of this protection because of you being with the BJP and with the people who support Muslims and Muslims being portrayed as not so much with the mainstream, and these narratives, these sell very well with the common people. You understand? Because they're just waiting. Their own insecurities, they start reflecting it on something else.
Sir, about Muslims and the Congress party, it's a very troubled relationship as of now that I'm seeing, because it gives us. I am talking about the Muslim community. That's why I'm also a Muslim, and that's why I say us. It gives us a very selective attention, because a lot of coming together was required for Congress to come to power. Muslims had a role to play. After that, there has been complete, you could say, disappointment with whatever steps Congress has taken.
What are the disappointments?
One, the hijab issue, the kind of support that the Muslims got when it was a burning issue from the Congress party, after that there was no statement. Then the state scholarship that BJP took away from the minorities, there was no giving back to that. There is no particular support to the community that's coming from the Congress party, apart from the large allocations that we see that the entire red tapeism and favoritism consumes until it reaches the end consumer. And when it comes to these kind of problems and when these kind of issues come up, Congress remains silent. And when it comes to appeasement politics, for example, shutting down liquor stores for the Milad celebration, or perhaps using it for some other advantage, that's the only time Congress remembers Muslims. Otherwise, we are a vote bank for Congress.
May not be true, because if today Congress has been bashed by the BJP,
So
it is only for one reason.
Yeah.
That is that Congress stands with the Muslims.
Right.
If there was no truth in it at all, if there was no truth in it at all, the BJP would have not been using it as a selling point.
Sir, that is an ideological battle. My problem is...
But if at all people can be given examples of how, like for example in the contracts, to the government openly supporting, to getting into situations where it embarrasses itself because knowing very well that it could be a politically sticky point. For example, even with Banu Mushtaq making a statement, while knowing very well it is not easy for the Congress. One is that Congress also has to be in power. See, today if the Muslims feel that Congress is not doing enough, are they also saying that they will be better off with the BJP?
I'm not saying that.
Okay, if that is so, that you want the Congress to be in power.
Because
For the Congress to be in power, the Congress has to do this balancing game.
they have been got into
The
power for a reason.
No, but that doesn't mean that just when you get the power that you overdo things for the Muslims and you end up by losing power and the Muslims are at a bigger disadvantage because the Congress is not in power.
Sir, you very nicely took it to a different tangent. But I'll
Okay.
tell you, the basic idea of representation, there are 2 Muslim ministers. What happened to all others who were representing? Why was Yuti Khadar given the speaker's post?
Isn't that a very important post?
Sir,
Forget about
in
minister.
principle.
When you say that he is like the custodian of the house,
Sir, let's agree.
he
No.
is like the father figure. You say that he is somebody who can speak to all people from all communities, all parties. Don't you think that you have secularized the position by saying that I brought in a Muslim to sit there and show to you? For example, I'll give you a very small thing. For many, many years, perhaps for decades, they had only blacks in comic books and elsewhere who are like the underdogs. And the white man as the savior, like from Phantom to everybody else.
Right.
You got it?
Yeah.
So then they had to consciously change. It is not that, sir, distribute more comic books among, the black children. You understand?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
black children are not reading, you should perhaps, buy these comic books and, give them free. No. There was by bringing in black heroes. I think by making Beauty Kadir the speaker, anybody could be a minister. But by making somebody as Mr. Beauty Kadir to sit on the seat of the speaker, you are giving out a very clear message to the state. So if you thought Muslims, like you say, puncture shop walas to, something else to, whatever, like some of the allegations were, no, they can also run the house, they can conduct a session, they can be leaders for all parties, they can be statesmen. Don't you think that would give bigger confidence to a Muslim child who is growing up into a politician
I completely
than becoming some minister just for the sake of self-preservation perhaps? In some cases.
Representation, I think representation in politics plays a very important role. And leading a portfolio, leading a certain district as an in charge, that would have a larger impact. And why just 3?
Where
Why just
is
3?
the impact?
And there is a political secretary.
Where is the impact? Where is the
Sir,
impact?
but you are not answering my question. Why just 2 people? Why just 2 people in the cabinet? Why not a larger section? There was Mr. Rizwan Arshad, there was Mr. Rene Harris, who are all very seasoned leaders.
Karnataka has a lot more communities also. Do you know how many communities are not even represented?
I agree, yes.
Correct? There are so many communities which will not even dream of being represented because they don't have the numbers, but they are very important also. Correct or not? And let me tell you, this government has been having this allegation, like the additional chief secretary in the CM's office.
Muslim.
Very important, Muslim officers.
Yeah.
You're the political secretary.
Political secretary, yeah.
This thing, so many people in some influential positions, people were appointed to boards, to so many things. But you can't do it all overnight. Because even in Congress, you have Hindus, you have Christians, and Christians also consider themselves minority.
Yes.
And if at all you look at that, but for one Mr. KJ George, that you don't even find any Christians. Somebody was telling me the other day, yes, you have to do something for Christians. I say that that's actually true. It is time that we start thinking. Because there is always this lopsided idea that the moment you speak about Muslim, minority, you only speak about
Muslims.
And one thing, let me tell you, with all due respect, I've heard more Muslims to say that, don't do something overly visible. That you are unnecessarily creating problems for us, whereas sometimes we don't even ask. Muslims say that. Take us in the mainstream. Don't treat us differently. We also want to be with the others. Let us be in competition with others. Take us in the main path of things. You got it? Like for example, like people say, you stopped, this thing, Tipu Jayanti was stopped, but why didn't you restart it as a state thing and whatever? But a lot of Muslims themselves said, why are you creating bones of contention? When we could actually see, I'll tell you, whether it's a Mandya, issue or some Maddur issue or some other issue or whatever, these are very small number of people who are fomenting trouble, also reacting to the trouble. Correct or not?
Yeah.
But the majority of people are not heard because even when you take your mic or the camera, you take to the place where there's already trouble and the troublemongers are at the place of trouble. A lot of peace-loving people would have stayed away. Do you think otherwise, Congress could have come to power?
Right.
Congress has run the government in the most stable way for 2.5 years. Do you think it's actually possible without this? Only guarantees are keeping that? Do you think for 2,000 rupees, like people say, please give us 2,000 rupees, we won't question anything that you do?
No, certainly not.
Do you think the government has been able to function so steadily only because of the guarantees?
No.
It's basically people actually feel this party will take care of the society. And that is what we all want.
Yeah.
Correct or not? Where you don't look at people like what would have BJP done? But for the situation in, see, nothing was in Mysore. Everything was hunky-dory, perhaps. Banu Mushtaq became the only issue. Has ever the BJP been able to establish one example of putting communities together?
No, it hasn't. Clearly.
One example, we brought two communities together, Hindu communities. Forget about Muslims and Hindus. Correct? Have they been able to spearhead one activity where they at least got Dalits to go into temples where they said, we would do that?
They haven't. They are very clear on their stance.
There's only one thing.
Yeah.
That division is the only way that they can survive. And they also know that can't run for too long. You cannot, hate is not a very, very powerful emotion. It's a very temporary emotion. You have to keep on stoking. And we are in a very, very, even Saudi Arabia, things are changing.
Yes.
You have temples in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And the sheikhs going.
Yes.
When the sheikhs go and inaugurate the temple as chief guest, you don't have a problem.
Yeah.
You don't ask them, have you eaten beef?
Yeah.
You understand? And that is 100, at least these temples, even the non-vegetarians go. Those are the temples of vegetarian Gujaratis, I tell you.
Yes.
And you have them. You don't ask them, do you believe in our Lord before you come into the temple?
Yes.
When it's convenient to you, okay, even a sheikh can come, even like, cow slaughterer also perhaps can come. When it is not convenient to you,
You'll
even
question.
when Banu Mushtaq says, I want to come on my own free will, no, you're not welcome. And I think this bluff will be called.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Congress is the most perfect party. That is deluding yourself. No. We are in the process, so we have taken 100 years. We may take more years to
I
become
really
perfect.
appreciate that true stance that you have put forward, so that you accept that there are flaws and
Yeah.
also accept that the party has been...
Yeah, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has said it on many occasions about flaws in the party.
Right.
Correct? He says that, some internal fault lines. Correct? He did not say, Am I is the most perfect party? Correct? Even Trump's party also, I tell you. It's so flawed.
Yeah.
Even Democrats so flawed.
Yeah.
You got it? But that's how a democracy is. It accommodates voices.
True.
Democracy never says that, uniform voice. Then it's autocratic. It's about bringing together different voices.
True, sir.
And putting it under one roof.
Yes. Coming to the last bit of the interview, or you could say the question
The
that we
charge
had.
is going up. my charge. Yeah, tell me. My throat is giving up.
Okay. Sir, if today, in September 2025, if the elections are held, will Congress win? Because I don't think so. I will tell you why. Because there has been a major anti-freebie wave that is there in the urban parts.
Okay.
Second point, the kind of, यहाँ से लेके हम इधर डालेंगे, we'll take money from these people, we'll tax the rich people, we'll increase the registration tariff, we'll increase that tariff, this tariff. People are getting, I completely agree that, it's a very socialistic point of view. distribution of wealth हो रहा है, I understand that, but in the cities there is a certain disagreement with the way Congress has been functioning. So I don't think that if the election is held today, unless there is a so-called master stroke, Congress will not win it.
See, we are living in a nation, particularly at present, where particularly the central government is fooling itself. If you have people standing in a queue to get rice, if people are waiting to take 2,000 rupees, which is just about $25 or $20, or a little more than $20 per month, you can imagine the situation of the people. So where is this about Achedin? Where is this about, the wealth? Where is this about GDP? Where basically a per capita, I'm sure that also is just bunkum. I think we are one of the countries in the world with the lowest per capita.
Right.
Because there is no money. Even the money people have is majorly borrowed money. All that they earn is the money that they pay as interest for that borrowed money. They're just servicing the loans. And even the loans, when you take from bank, that from processing fee to everything else, there is GST, there are charges, there are fees. The only person who is making money is the man who is running the government for his company called the government. Do you understand?
Yes.
So if people say that, these freebies are bad, let me tell you, either they are extremely comfortable or they are also fooling themselves by saying that, yes, I want the money, but I'll still badmouth it. There is not a single person who has not gone and taken the 2,000 rupees when it is available.
Yes.
Even when they have sold the rice, after taking the rice that is free to somebody else for the price that they would offer, still they have kept that money. They did not donate that money. People want that money. Why? Because that's the state they are in today. In that, if at all, even 60% of the people are real beneficiaries and 40% perhaps they don't need it. Which there has been a debate about it, whether that has to go to everybody or not and whatever. But the guarantees have majorly worked. The day the guarantees stop, you will see then whether the guarantees worked or not. Will anybody take the risk? Will BJP come and say, we'll cancel guarantees and go for election? Let me see.
Okay. On record,
Do they have the guts to say, if we come to power, we will? If that was so, why did they promise in Haryana?
Yeah, they did.
Why did they promise in this thing?
Yeah.
Why did they promise, in Andhra? Why? Why can't they say that, we don't believe in this Revdi culture?
Yeah. No, there's
Correct?
no question about that, sir.
What nonsense are they talking?
But how about the people of tier 1 who are paying a lot of money?
See, I'll tell you something. There are people who are unduly profiting also. For example, there are people who don't even have a count of their own houses, I tell you, who must be earning money from rental income. Correct?
Yeah.
I'm sure that, they have enough money to, complain about because they are not getting enough maids to work because their maid is having money and sitting at home. You understand?
Yeah.
We have been fostering the slave culture of, wanting to keep people poor. Mr. Siddaramaiah, Mr. DKS Shivakumar and the Congress party, if they want to bring about changes, and those are the changes that have actually brought about the fundamental changes in the country, like the tiller owns the land.
Yeah. In the
All
Indira
that
Gandhi.
and the banking reforms and things like that. Do you think all that was done by the BJP?
No, it wasn't.
Fundamental changes, correct? Overnight
So
changes.
what would be, if they want to win the election, to convince?
Nothing. See, 90% of the allegations against Congress are lies. It's like, Nehru is the reason for all that is
The
bad.
classic.
You understand?
Yeah.
It is like that. Oh, Muslim appeasement. Oh, guarantee. You give your side of the story. You got it? 11 years on. Is there anybody who can say that I have become rich? People's salaries have gone down. People are paying higher taxes.
Yes.
People are deeply sucked into these loan pits. You understand?
Yes.
If the loans were not so ubiquitous, how is it possible for the loan apps to survive?
Yeah.
Every day a new loan app is coming up, I tell you. Correct or not? Because everything, even the cars, the implements, everything is on loan.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand? And the banks, I tell you, I was just talking to one poor man, when I wanted to send him some money, he said, give me cash. Mind you, Modi doesn't want, cash economy at all.
It's a cashless
And that fellow said, don't, because he said, the bank has already taken enough money, and for minus balance, it has fined me even more, and whatever money that you send my account will all go to the government or the bank.
Bank, yeah, yeah.
You got it? So, at least now with some cash, perhaps I can pay him cash. Our great, economist called Nirmala Sitharaman wants perhaps there to be a situation where there is no cash at all. So people can go to hell. You got it? Right. I think if you assume people will not vote for Congress if there is election today and vote for the BJP, you are a sad story. You got it? Well, because I don't think, if there was some other alternative, that's a different matter. But people don't have an alternative today, because I think the BJP has built today, what is happening in Karnataka? Not one word about education, about youth, about development, about anything. It's only about Banu Mushtaq. What do you say? Ganapati Visarjan? At least are the BJP guys behaving very devoutly in Ganapati Visarjan? Look at their videos.
Yeah, sir. I've seen
Look at their videos.
Yeah.
See, it is very easy. Oh, don't you see what the Muslims do? But we have been there for a longer time than the Muslims. We should be the big brother in terms of,
right.
the behavior and civilization and conduct. The others should emulate us. If we start saying that we should become like Muslims, I don't know that why we keep saying that we are a 5,000-year-old civilization. Correct?
Yes.
The others should learn from us.
Yeah.
That's why we keep saying that we are an oldest civilization. It is like the younger brother smokes and the elder brother says, look, because he smokes, I smoke. You understand?
Yeah, there would be no difference.
Rather, the younger one should say that my elder brother doesn't, so I also want to stop smoking. You got it?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time and such nice thoughts you have gave us. But as time progresses, if new things come up, I'll certainly come back to you for your understanding and what is party stance.
Okay, please subscribe to News Hamster.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
and
sir.
make his channel a great success.